Since starting the channel, I have gone through 13 people's bank statements, line by line, and every single one of them, regardless of salary, age, or lifestyle, had money leaking out of their account that they didn't even know about. And it's not because they're bad with money. It's because nobody teaches you to look. I'm Brandon, and I've been investing for over 8 years, building a multi-six-figure portfolio in the process. Today, I'm showing you the 5 biggest and the most common money leaks that I've seen across all 13 of these financial audits. I'll also run the numbers and show you what these spending habits are costing people like yourself in the long run, and it is pretty staggering, so make sure you stick around until the end. Okay, so money leak number 1 is eating out and takeaways. And this is why reviewing real bank statements is better than tools such as budgeting apps, because somebody may think they are going to budget for takeaways every month at around £80, when in fact we found that the average based on the evidence is closer to £162. Now this does range from £60 a month, which of course is completely okay, to £422 a month, which is very much not okay. But it is the most universal money leak that we've found, applying to 11 of the 13 different bank statements. Now I want to make it very clear that I'm not telling you that you can never eat out ever again, or you can never get that takeaway. That's not the point here. But it is worth just considering that if you were to cook maybe just once or twice more each month, this could make a huge difference to your financial future. So when we run the calculations towards the end of the video, we are going to use some very realistic numbers on what we can be saving and what we can be cutting back on from each of these 5 different money leaks. And for this one, I think cutting back by just 20% each month from that average of £162 is relatively realistic, which means the first amount that we can add to this pot is roughly £32. Lastly, before we move on, a pro tip for people who really don't like cooking is to look at meal prep options. Yes, they are not the cheapest, but it's probably cheaper than what you're spending on takeouts and eating out. Or if you don't mind cooking, but it takes too much time, consider bulk cooking and freezing some meals. Moving on to money leak number 2, and it's probably not a big surprise for many people, but it is pubs, bars, and social drinking. Again, I am not saying cut this out completely to £0 each month. That is not realistic, and it is very good to have a social life, especially in today's world where everybody's glued to their phones. It's good to get out and to connect with real people face to face. But the problem here is that 9 of the 13 people who featured in my videos spent an average of £245 each month on this alone. This did range from £110 all the way up to £560, but when we break it down, that 240 average is actually just coming down to £60 a week, which really, when you think about it, is very easily done, especially when most of the people featuring in these videos are under the age of 30, who stereotypically are going out a lot more than the older generations. But when you break it down and realize that 3 pints and a packet of crisps is coming to around £20 per round these days, and you get 3 rounds in per week, it disappears just like that, and you don't even realize it. And this small, harmless spending is quietly adding up without you even noticing it. And in the background, your ISA is getting absolutely nothing in contributions. Now, I don't want to be a killjoy here. I think that socializing is very important, but it is something to just think about for your future. So when it comes to adding to the pot for this money leak, I'm going to be very generous here because I am pro socializing. We're going to cut back on just 10%, so just £24 a month, which is just a little bit more than that 1 round of 3 pints and a packet of crisps. This brings the total pot to a grand total of £56 so far. Moving on to leak number 3, the big one, the most expensive leak that we are going to see in today's video. And it is car finance and PCP deals. Now, I do have a strong personal view on this. I recently put a video together calling car finance the biggest wealth killer of this generation. And for some people, actually quite a lot of people, it's the second biggest expense coming out of their bank account every single month after rent or their mortgage. But the difference is the rent and the mortgage is absolutely necessary because you need somewhere to live, whereas the car finance is a choice that you're making. Now, my personal rule here is that I don't think people should be leasing a car with over 10% of their monthly income. But in today's world, too many people are renting a depreciating asset that they simply cannot afford, and the data backs this up. The average monthly car payment across 5 of the 13 people featured so far came to £414. And I can guarantee you that this was not 10% of these people's income, because they were not earning £4,100 per month. And again, I want to make it clear that I am a realist with these numbers and these situations. I understand that people do need a car to drive. So for me, there are 2 simple solutions to this. Solution 1 is that you finance or lease a car that you can actually afford based on that 10% figure. Or option 2 is to go and buy a second-hand car, something again that you can afford. When it comes to adding more money to our pot, the average car, lease or finance deal right now is coming to around £350 in monthly payments. In my opinion, this is probably still too high, and of course many people break in that 10% rule, but we will use this as a figure and a guide to make our decision here. So our average was £414. If we subtract that 350, we're left with £64, and that's what we're going to throw into the pot. And the total pot has now over doubled. We've just reached £120. 2 more money leaks to go. Leak number 4, definitely not as common, only applying to 4 of the 13 people, and is very male orientated, but it is gambling. To be honest, a very deadly money leak. It causes a lot of problems, but it is one of the easiest ones to cut back on once you have finally cut the ties. Now, the average amount here is pretty shocking. It's coming in at around £303 each month, but that's because one of the 4 people was gambling £700 per month. And you don't need me to tell you that that's a big problem. The words I would use to explain gambling is destructive and addictive. And although for the average gambler it won't feel like much when you just deposit £10 here or £20 there, it does silently start to add up. I can imagine that the person who has gambled £700 in a month probably just started with the odd fiver, the odd tenner, and then all of a sudden it spiraled out of control. When people are gambling, they are expecting a return, a dopamine hit, or both. And what they don't realize is there is a very simple and obvious solution or alternative, which is called investing. I guarantee you that if these gamblers were to redirect that money into investing and they could see their portfolio growing month on month, they would get the same dopamine hit. It might not be instant, it might not be as quick, but when they get the habit, when they see it month on month, they will slowly get there. Now, this is a huge jump for the total pot here, because we are going to add the whole £303 based on the data. And it does sound like a lot, and it is, and it probably doesn't apply to most of you, but that's what we've got right here to work with, and there is zero tolerance here for gambling. The total pot now is at £423. And lastly, leak number 5 is a very common one, a very easy one to fix, and it probably applies to most of you watching. It is unused subscriptions. And this could be a range of things. It could be the gym membership that you signed up to in the new year, but you pretty much quit in Feb or March. It could be the 5 different streaming services that you're currently signed up for, but you're just watching one series on one streaming service. Or the Instagram photo editing app that you paid for 3 years ago and just completely forgot about. 8 of the 13 people had some sort of unused subscriptions going on, which totaled up to an average of £62. £62 per month on average, basically going out for no reason. It's funny because one person had 6 different subscriptions to streaming services, didn't actually know the password for 3 of them. And there's a very simple solution to fixing this, and it takes around 10 minutes. All you have to do is go into your bank account, have a look at the different direct debits, standing orders, whatever is going on there, and make sure that you're actually using each one. And if you're not, well, cancel them and stop giving money away for free. And for the last addition to the total pot, I think we're going to be pretty fair here. We're just going to redirect 50% of that monthly average of unused subscriptions. So rather than the full £62, we're going to be putting in an extra £31, taking the grand total to £454. So before we run the numbers and we see exactly what this could be worth if it was being invested for the long term, I just want to make it very clear that I'm aware that not all of these money leaks are going to apply to everyone. The purpose is just to paint a solid picture of what you tidying up your finances could be worth. And we'll also run a couple of different examples with different numbers so you can relate to the one that's closest to you. So let's take that £454 each month and invest it into the S&P 500, which historically returns an average of 10% a year. So what is this going to be worth in the future? Well, if you invested this consistently for 10 years, it'd be worth around £91,000. After 20 years, 329k, 30 years, 945k, almost breaking into that millionaire status, and 40 years, a whopping £2.5 million. And of course, the time you leave this for is very much age dependent. And these returns are some pretty big numbers. They're very impressive, but like we just mentioned, we know that investing £454 each month isn't realistic at all for most people. So let's change up the numbers a little here. Let's split this in half, right down the middle, and use 50% of that number, and assume that we are investing £227 each month. After 10 years, these regular contributions are going to be worth around £45,000. After 20 years, 164k, 30 years, 472k, so creeping up to that £500,000 milestone, and 40 years, 1.27 million. And the reason why these numbers get so out of control over a 40-year time period is because time in the market beats everything. When you start to understand how powerful compounding is, it can really spiral out of control, as we've just seen. But I just want to remind you guys that I am not saying that you shouldn't enjoy your life and you need to invest every single spare penny that you've got. What I'm saying is, if you can go through your bank statement and you can see a few things that you can change and tweak so you can start investing for your future, even if it's just a small amount, it is worth doing. And you never know, these small habits in the early days may give you the bug, the investing bug, to carry on and to try and do more. And all of a sudden you get to 50 years old and you're thinking about early retirement because of the work that you put in earlier in life. So don't go away from this video today and start feeling bad about every single takeaway that you get. You can still enjoy a takeaway, but you can also check out that bank statement and see what you can do. And if you want me personally to check out your bank statement, feel free to check out the Google form down below in the description, provide your details, and you can be featured in a video anonymously. And if you want to check out the last bank statement breakdown video for a little bit of inspiration, I'll leave it on the screen right now so you can click it and go and check it out.